Hello, beautiful people. The Bone Chill event has just been released, and it's got me thinking about events and modifiers in DBD overall. So just like every other Twinsbane Sage video, I'm going to talk about stuff with structured sections and give opinions and show cat gifs and twins art. Let's talk about events. The difference between events and modifiers. I've noticed that the community at large sometimes says events and modifiers interchangeably, myself included, but I think that there are some pretty notable differences. Events coincide with a date or season of the year, the most popular ones being Blood Moon or the Lunar New Year event, Dead by Daylight's anniversary, the Halloween event, and of course the Christmas event. There have been some others in the past, but those are the core four. Modifiers are new, and while they can sometimes have themes, they aren't associated with a specific holiday or date out of the year. We have so far had Lights Out, Chaos Shuffle, and of course, 2v8. Breakdown of every event. Blood Moon events are always themed around getting an absurd amount of blood points. Although the latest iteration experimented with a new generator mechanic where you would pour canisters of blood into a generator instead of repairing it. Dead by Daylight's anniversary. This event has been themed like a masquerade for a few years, but I know the 10th anniversary will be changing things up. The main features were all the masquerade masks and cosmetics, and then the new mechanics introduced were killers being able to remote hook and survivors being able to create party palettes. The Halloween event. For a couple of years, this event was focused around blighted cosmetics, but now it's very void focused. We still get blighted cosmetics, but the new mechanic introduced is the void and the void crystals, which can create fog clouds or automatically do gens for survivors. And then for killers, they can be used as a projectile that looks like a skeleton. Christmas, the Bone Chill event, which was revamped, I believe, 3 years ago to add in snowmen and snowballs. Neither of these do much, but you can high five with the snowmen, and this year there's a new throwing animation and some added mechanics like covering a generator in snow. Honorable mention, My Little Oni, which was the April Fool's event. We've only seen it once, and it was around for like 3 days, but it was very silly. Breakdown of every modifier. Lights Out, the first modifier ever introduced along with Alan Wake. We haven't seen it in a while. It's sort of disliked when it's around, but it's missed when it's gone. The main point of it is that it's very dark, you can't see auras or hear terror radiuses, and as a killer, you can't see scratch marks or blood pools. There have only been 2 instances of Lights Out. One was themed for Alan Wake, and then the other was themed for Castlevania. Chaos Shuffle. Randomized perks. That's it. I think that this mode could be a bit more random or chaotic, but I also got sick of us getting Chaos Shuffle every 2 weeks, and now we haven't seen it in months, so I don't know how to feel. And of course, the most popular event and modifier, 2v8, 2 killers versus 8 survivors, along with maps that are doubled in size. It completely changes the gameplay loop. That kind of also makes it difficult to balance, and unfortunately right now the selections for killers and survivors leave a little bit to be desired. What I like and dislike from every event and modifier. Blood Moon. I really like the insane amount of blood points, especially so that I can P100 another character. I didn't love the blood generators. Aesthetically, they looked cool, but they could be done so fast to the point that killers were getting gen rushed. The Anniversary. I really like how the maps are decorated, as well as all the cool cosmetics. I don't love the remote hook because it's really strong and it is fun to do as a killer, but pretty unfun to face as a survivor, and it entirely makes sabotage playstyles impossible. The Halloween event. I really love the Void Realm. It looks amazing, and it's cool having another area to loop. I don't like that Victor can't go into the void. Christmas. I love the new throwing the snowball animation, and I love being able to high five as snowmen. I don't like that the snowmen can't move on their own anymore. That was a really entertaining part of last year, and now we don't have it. Lights Out. I really liked the Castlevania themed Lights Out because of the candelabras. It was aesthetically one of my favorite events ever. I don't actually remember what I disliked about this modifier because it's been over a year, so let's bring it back so that we can complain about it again. Chaos Shuffle. I like that everyone starts on even footing because everyone's perks are randomized. I don't like that that's actually not the case because some people would bring the strongest items and add-ons, so it's not exactly even footing. 2v8. I really like being able to play killer with a friend and showing off how correct I am with Billy. I don't like the lack of twins, and also the games move so fast that I could rarely have moments of connection with the survivors. What makes a good event? I don't think that an event or modifier is meant to completely change the core gameplay of Dead by Daylight. Like, I wouldn't want a modifier that turns Dead by Daylight into Stardew Valley. If I wanted to play Stardew Valley, I just play Stardew Valley. An event or modifier is meant to enhance or add to what is already there. The anniversary buffs the survivors and killers with very chase-heavy mechanics. Killers hook faster so they can chase more. Survivors create pallets so they can loot more. The Blood Moon event helps with how grindy this game can feel with just an absurd amount of blood points. The Halloween event is a bit more gimmicky or experimental with the void crystals and the projectiles. The Christmas event is purely casual. All of the mechanics do not give a competitive advantage and are there to facilitate interactions between the killers and the survivors. And don't tell me that the snowballs freezing pallets is competitive, okay? I have not seen anyone successfully do that. And of course, modifiers exist to shake things up in between events. Though unfortunately, they are in their unfinished states. They're changed every single iteration because of balancing issues. I see the endpoint for both Chaos Shuffle and 2v8. Chaos Shuffle would have randomized everything, and 2v8 would have every original killer, every map, and whatever license they can get to participate. But neither of these endpoints have been reached yet. The question that this video poses is very subjective. However you answer depends on what you enjoy about Dead by Daylight. Because I'm a casual and whimsy enjoyer, I must admit the snowman high fives and snowball fights have been delightful. So right now I'd say the Bone Chill event is my favorite. I think it'd be fun to have more holiday events, like Easter looking for eggs, or Valentine's Day where you can ask someone to be your Valentine, like either a killer or a survivor. That'd be adorable. Modifiers are hard to come up with ideas for because we've had so few of them, so I actually don't know the limits. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a Lights Out event themed around the second Stranger Things chapter, where instead of being surrounded by fog, you're in the Upside Down. But that's all just speculation. I just wanted to make a lighthearted, silly video because I just finished exams and I don't want to use my brain for at least a week. Let me know in the comments what events you enjoy and why, and what you think makes an event or modifier fun. Thank you so much to my Ko-Fi people for supporting the channel. I love you guys. I will see you next weekend.